In 2015, I'd had symptoms of pain in the gut, pain in my stomach, and I went through a bunch of tests and no one could find out anything. I went back for further testing, and the doctors, before I even got home from the testing, wanted me to go right back to the hospital and get more tests. And so they kept me for 3 other tests that day, and then said my doctor was going to call me right away. The doctor's office called me and said, "You have to come in for an appointment." I said, "No, just tell me what's going on. I've been through all these tests. Tell me what's going on." And the doctor got on the phone. He said, "We think you have lymphoma." And I was like, I got to look that up because I don't even know what that is. It was lymph node cancer, and from what I found out over the next few weeks, was that it was between my aorta and my renal vein, which are 2 big, huge vessels in your chest, and they couldn't get to it to take it out without risking ending my life on the operating table. So they had to go in and treat it with chemotherapy, and that was one of the only options. My initial reaction was, I can't believe this is happening. In the back of my mind, I had this idea that, okay, I know you do all things for the good of those who love you, and I do love you, so there's got to be something that's coming out of this, and I don't know exactly what it is. My first chemotherapy treatment was at the end of September, and it was 12 hours long. That was the most tired, taxed, and just exhausted I think I've ever been. I had to do 6 total treatments to get all of the chemo to get rid of the cancer, to make sure it didn't come back. At that time, I knew that God was doing something, if not in my physical body, He was doing it in my heart, and I was being encouraged to really, whatever this trouble is, whatever this stress is, whatever this treatment is, let it go. Don't try to control it. Don't try to be in the middle of it. Just let it go and just trust that God's got good in this. And whatever that looks like, fine. I think the feeling of a real church family was really built up in that time. I knew I had people at church that, you know, I could talk to and that I cared about and cared about me. But through that time, there was a lot of people at Mercy Hill that just bolstered that feeling of family, bolstered that feeling of, you know, you're a brother and you're walking through this, but you're not doing it alone. I can't tell you how many people at Mercy Hill really, really loved on me through that. Not just with showing up to the cancer treatments, but I had some tenants that were renting from me at the time, and they had left the house in absolute horrible condition. Some people that gave up more than one weekend to come and help me clean. I didn't have any energy at the time. I couldn't hardly walk up a flight of stairs by myself because I had no energy left. But everybody came over and just cleaned and painted and did so much work. I couldn't have done it without everybody. January 2016, that was my last chemo treatment. So I had to wait a month after that for all the drugs to get out of my system. Found out I was cancer-free in February. Had some pretty strong emotions. I was happy, obviously, that I was cancer-free, but I was like, okay, God, you brought me through this. Now, what am I going to do with this? I always knew in the back of my head that just drawing breath in the morning, opening your eyes in the morning, being able to walk around, what was a gift. But now I lived it. I knew it. Now it is a gift. So what do you want me to do with this gift? How do you want me to praise you in this gift? How do you want me to walk through this gift? I think in the takeaway, I probably would have shared what I was going through while I was going through it with more people, only because it's an opportunity to let people in. And if there's somebody going through a difficult time right now or a tough season, God gives you the people around you to help you through what you need to get through. He builds a family around you. He puts you in a situation where there's people that care enough around you to listen, to hear, to be with you, to go through it with you. And that's what, I found out here at Mercy Hill. I found that there was a lot of support that way, and that it just reminded me that God's still got everything. God's still doing it all. But He's going to give you people that'll help you through it. He's going to give you the encouragement that you need if you lean on Him, if you are ready to let go of what you think is important, what you think matters, and how you think it should go. He's ready to step in.